Welcome back. You're watching Accelerate India Technology for Growth. On this episode, we're looking at how cloud computing is bolstering the growth of the manufacturing sector in India. We now take a look at how a company formed in 1968 with the thought of fighting life-threatening infectious diseases and manufacturing drugs of the highest social priority has grown to become one of the top 3 pharma companies in India. Named after the Lupin flower because of the inherent qualities of the flower to nourish the soil that it grows in, Lupin Limited is using the cloud to support its rapid growth.
We have done a lot of acquisitions over the past 6 or 7 years. It is also there's also the cultural aspect of integration, and the question is how technology can assist or expedite that process. We found that deployment of the cloud, particularly on the messaging side, helped us to create a corporate framework in which people could operate. Moving to the cloud helped us to integrate at a completely different level. So it gave us not only a messaging platform, but also a platform for unified communications, for video conferencing, audio conferencing, possible deployment of portals in the future. On the other aspect, on the other side, for our domestic field force, we have a domestic field force of 5,500 people, and the medical representatives, medical executives have never operated with corporate emails. So there was a push from the HR side as well to help move them into a corporate messaging service, so that all of them carry, email addresses, Lupin email addresses against the Gmails and the Hotmails that they were using in the past. So there was a thinking that would help us address attrition rates in the field force.
Apart from Exchange Online for emails, Lupin is incorporating other cloud software that will allow employees to collaborate better, especially given the geographical distance.
So apart from Exchange Online, we are now also in the process of adopting Lync. So Lync, like is a collaboration tool. So it not only allows you presence awareness, it allows you audio chat, it allows you video chat. So that becomes a way of instant reaching out for the employees. So we've started that in a small way, but we expect to roll that out on a much larger scale in the days to come. We would also look at SharePoint as a mechanism for creating a federated sort of portal across the world. So a parent portal and then portals across different geographies. We use Microsoft Project Online for a new product launch process. And that integrates very tightly with Outlook and the other stuff that users use on a day-to-day basis. So it gives them that level of comfort, that level of integration, that they don't have to use or to move out of their normal workspace to use some of these tools.
But why did Lupin go ahead and adopt cloud computing? And how is it benefiting this fast-growing pharmaceutical company?
Microsoft gave us the end-user experience that users were more comfortable with even in their personal lives. In addition to that, it gave us the ability to work, or it gave end users the ability to work out of anywhere using any device that they want. And lastly, it gave us a platform. So it gave us a platform for unified communications in the future. So from an end user perspective, like I said, it gave the end user access to the latest technology. It gave them the ability to integrate across the world. From an IT department, it reduced the effort towards maintenance of hardware, investments upfront in servers, storage, and all of that. It freed up resource bandwidth to work on more strategic projects, and it gave us the ability to scale in the future. It gave us significantly higher uptimes. It gave us built-in disaster recovery. That was one of the biggest plus points. From a CFO office's perspective, if you look at the cost over a 3-year time frame, there's definitely savings in what we would spend with an on-premise deployment versus what we would spend on the cloud. Also, it makes the economics a lot more predictable for the CFO. So if you're buying servers, it's very difficult to predict when you're going to have to scale up, make more investments. Whereas if you're paying per user per month, you know very clearly what the amount is, and you know your headcount projections. So the economics of the whole thing becomes far more predictable.
The way ahead for all stakeholders of the Indian manufacturing segment is positive. And with acquisitions completed in countries across Europe, Australia and the Far East, Lupin is all set to make hay while the sun shines.
Across the world, we are seeing countries enable legislations for product security, product authentication, track and trace. We will see that happening in India as well. And that requires integration across the product supply chain. So that requires you to integrate from the manufacturer to the wholesaler, distributor, to the pharmacist or the chemist and the end user. And that integration is going to be possible only, and it's going to be practical only with a cloud deployment. Cloud computing is important for us because it will help us to assimilate future growth, both inorganic and organic. It gives us access to the latest technologies with a very high level of reliability and scalability. And most importantly, it also helps us move into areas that we would not otherwise venture into using a traditional setup.
That was the story of how Lupin is using the cloud to gain a competitive edge. It is time for us to take another break here on Accelerate India Technology for Growth. But after that, I'm in conversation with the chairman of Microsoft India, Bhaskar Pramanik, about the role of cloud computing in India's manufacturing sector. Stay tuned.